Hi, I'm Rob from Rob's Been Running. I hope you are doing well, staying safe and training hard. It's race time again and we are 1 week away from the Lakeland 50. This is a race I'm really looking forward to, and we're going to go into the details about that race now and the kit that I'm going to be using for the race. So the Lakeland 50 2024 is being held on Saturday 20th of July with its big brother course, the Lakeland 100, being held on the 26th of July. The 100-mile route is basically a big loop starting and finishing at Coniston, whilst the 50 route is obviously half of the 100 and it's starting at Ullswater on the Dale Main Estate, weaving its way through some of the most beautiful scenery and fells in Cumbria, all the way back to Coniston. There are no peaks to summit on this course, but there is still 3,100 meters of ascent to deal with, so it's definitely not going to be an easy task. There are 6 manned checkpoints, which are all mandatory to visit, with all the standard food and drink affair that you'd normally get in an ultra. Particularly one that's so well organised as this one. Time wise, the elite runners would get around this course in roughly 8 hours, which shows how tough this course really is. Us mere mortals would expect to get there anywhere between 10 and 15 hours or even more, so yeah, pretty tough one. There are no cut-offs really to be worried about, but I'll pop them on the screen just so you can have a look at the cut-offs for each aid station along the route. There are 6 aid stations in all, but yeah, so dotted at various points, but all quite well evenly spaced. So as you can imagine, being a fell race, obviously I know we're not summiting, but we're still climbing fair amount. There are some pretty stringent kit requirements. So we're going to go through those kit requirements now, and I will show you what's required and what I'm going to be wearing and what nutrition I'm going to be using on the race. Okay, so there is a strict kit check at registration. As I said, without the required kit you will not be allowed to start. Fortunately, they have thought well ahead, so if you do happen to forget anything, there's a nice big shop which sells pretty much everything in Coniston, so you can pick some of the items up if you don't have them when you arrive. But obviously it's never good to be in that position when you're panicking about particular pieces of kit, so it's always good to have the stuff on you before, and I always check my kit a week before, and at various points obviously I'm testing my kit throughout my training, but I always have a thorough check the week before a race just in case something's missing, I've lost it, it's broken, whatever, and it gives me a week to go and purchase something else if I need to. So just I don't want to obviously arrive and have any last minute surprises. So let's go through the kit check now, and yeah, we'll see what we've got. So first thing on the list is you have to have waterproof trousers and a jacket. They must be fully waterproofed with tape seams. There is a recommendation for the hydrostatic rating. I believe it's minimum of 10,000, but obviously the more the better. Wind and showerproof jackets are not acceptable as a valid rainproof covering. So, and the jacket must have a hood. So I'm going to be using this one. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. So this is my Montane spine jacket. I've had it probably a year and a half, 2 years now. Very good jacket, fully tape seams, excellent, very breathable as well. So happy with that. So I'm going to be using that jacket, and these are the waterproof trousers. So these are Everdict trousers. Never worn them other than to try them on. They fit really well. They're actually very comfortable, but I don't like running in trousers if I don't have to. So, but I've got them there. They'll do the job very well, I think, if I ever need to put them on. I'm not anticipating needing to put them on, but we'll see. So that's the waterproof stuff sorted, we're good there. Now you also have to take with you spare base layers. Sorry, I've got my the list in front of me on my iPad, so I'm just reading through it as we go through it. So yeah, you need to carry some spare base layers, not to particularly use, but they've got to be in your pack. So I must have long sleeve top and bottoms, and these should be in a sealed bag for emergency situations. So for that, I've got my Montane Dart long sleeve top, so great piece of kit. I love wearing these in the winter, so that should be do me well. And then I have my Montane running tights as well. These are great. They're nice and warm. They've got a nice warm inner lining for the legs, so that's those ticked off. Hat and gloves. So you might think it's weird, gloves in the winter, but obviously in the fells, the weather can change like that. It can be warm 1 minute, raining, hail the next. So I'm just going to carry some light gloves. I've got my Montane trail light gloves here. These will be fine for that. And I've also got my standard winter running hat, which is just wool, basically a wool hat. Should be nice and warm if I need it. So it's merino wool, sorry, that hat. So that should be absolutely fine. Fourth on the list is a map and a road book. So that's provided for us at registration. We don't need to worry about that. Fifth on the list is a compass. Now, I have a compass. I'm a horrible navigator. When I've tried to do it before, I'm quite poor at it. So I will be relying on the map on my watch, the GPX. Hopefully I don't get lost. I shouldn't do. There's enough people around, but I have got my compass just in case. So if I do need to get out the old skills, then I will do that. Hopefully I don't. First aid kit. So I always carry a first aid kit on all of my races anyway. It's obviously a mandatory requirement for most, and it is for this one. So I've got that. I also have some backup stuff. Now, probably won't take this out, not unless I'm feeling any particular niggles or anything, but I've got some bits and pieces here, extra blister plasters and things like that. But typically my first aid kit will carry all the normal affair, so blister plasters we've got in here, Savlon cream, bandages, tape in case you've got taped toes up or anything else. So yeah, all mixture of bits and bobs in there, plasters, things like that. So that's good, we're covered there. Seventh on the list is emergency food, sealed in a bag, to be used only in emergencies. So that's exactly what I've got. I've already done that, sealed it in the bag. So I've got about 600 calories here. It doesn't specify calories, some races do, this one doesn't. So I've got about 600 calories, just 3 bars in there. I've got a torque bar, another natural bar, and the flapjack. So between them, about 600 calories. So that should tick off that quite nicely. Head torch and spare batteries. So I'm taking my good old faithful Fenix HP 16R. Excellent head torch if you're in the market for a head torch. Particularly most of the Fenix brand items are really good. So this one's a wonderful head torch. It's quite big, but I think I don't like to compromise when I'm running somewhere like fells. Yeah, you want good light and you want it to last. So this one puts out really good amount of lumens, so really good. And I've got a spare battery there as well, which I'll take with me, pop that in, so all good. Ninth on the list is whistle. So I just bought these whistles some time ago, just from Amazon actually. They work well. See, they work really, really well. So I've got my whistles there, all good. A backpack or similar to carry it all. Obviously, we know we need a hydration vest. My one is here, so I have the Montane Gecko 12 litre, so the 12 VP. This has seen me through many an ultra. It's just about the right size. I've used it on a 100 miler, so I've managed to fit all of my kit for a 100 miler in there. So yeah, it's got plenty of space, so I'll be using that to carry all of my good stuff. Obviously a dry bag in there as well to carry all my clothes, etc., so nothing gets ruined on the way. Quality off-road running shoes. Well, I think that's a given really, isn't it? But I'll be running in the Saucony Exodus Ultra 3. I've done a few runs in these now. As I said in my review for this, and if you haven't seen that, do check out my review on the channel. They're firmer than the previous models, but I'm actually getting used to them, and they should, because they're firmer and more stable, they should be good on that type of terrain, as long as the grip holds up, so we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be running in on the day. A mobile phone fully charged, that's a given, be taking that. I'll also be taking a backup battery as well to charge that with, because these days mobile phones do drink a lot of juice, so let's hope that that's fine, but it should be good. A blanket or survival bag, I'd never take a blanket, it's just, for me it's no point. So I've got a nice thermal bag here. This is just a Life Systems one, perfectly adequate, that should be good. Now this is the tricky one. So solid plastic cup for hot soup and drink, and a second cup or bottle for cold drinks or flasks. Now normally when I do these races I just take a collapsible cup. Montane don't want you to do that. They want you to have a proper cup. Now I did think about getting a plastic solid cup, but then I thought, you know what, I'll just get one like this. So this is a Milestone Camping small 200 milliliter metal cup. Now it's got a nice carabiner clip on here, so I'll just hook that on the back of my pack. So that's what I'm going to do now. Obviously I can just take hot and cold drinks in that, and soup and that. I'm only taking this because it's a mandatory kit. I never take soup when I'm going on a long race. It's just not my thing, and I very rarely do hot drinks as well mid-race. I'll have a hot drink like a coffee before I run, just a caffeine boost. I very rarely drink coffee on the run, just because it can upset the stomach. So the likelihood of me having anything other than Coke in this is, it's quite slim. So I'm taking it because it's mandatory. Probably means that I won't take the collapsible cup as well. Don't need both. I don't know, I'll make a decision on that, but I've got that if needs be. Now you also have to take a spoon or fork or a spork. So I've got my spork here in this plastic bag. I'm just going to take it in that bag and then just take it out when I need it, put it back. Like I said, I doubt I even use it. Because I tend to eat sandwiches when I'm on the way around, don't have hot food. So if I have hot food, it's things like pizzas, if they've got pizza there, that type of stuff, but usually it's cheese sandwiches or jam sandwiches or other bits and bobs. I get my salt generally from crisps, from nuts, things like that. So I doubt I'll even touch those bits, other than, as I said, for the cup for the Coca-Cola. I always drink Coca-Cola when I'm running around, so that's good. So that's it from the mandatory kit. Now, what am I going to be running in? So I will show you. I will be running in, I was going to take a waistband, by the way. I usually run in with a waistband as well on these, just for extra storage, because you've got to carry so much nutrition with you, and we'll go through nutrition in a minute. So I've got socks. I'm just going to be using these Danish endurance socks. I find these great. They're comfortable, just ankle socks. So I'll be running in those. Shorts, I'm going to be wearing the Salomon Aero Sense 5-inch. Nice and light, comfortable. Yeah, really good for these type of races. Backup shorts, I probably won't carry these in my pack, but I always take a spare pair just to the hotel, just in case. These are my Rab Talus shorts, 5-inch again. Neither of these two shorts are dual skin, single skin. In the summer it needs a bit cooler, so it's better. So that's what I'll be taking. And then top wise, I'll be taking two tops. So I'll be wearing this one to start with. So this is just a Montane short sleeved tee, which I'll be using. So that I'll start the race in that. And I will probably swap halfway. I normally do, just to keep myself fresh. And I've got a Salomon tee here, so I'll be wearing that on top. I don't anticipate using any long sleeve stuff other than jacket if it rains. So that's that. Underwear wise, just use your underwear stuff just to keep the chafing out. So that's that. Obviously a couple of buffs, so I usually switch those halfway. Start with one, put it on, change it halfway because they get grubby obviously really quickly, so I'll be doing that. Hat wise, Montane cap and a Ron Hill cap, so I'll be probably taking 2 caps and changing halfway. So that's that. And then other bits and bobs which I will be using. Sun lotion obviously, so I've got 2 of those. I've got one at the start and then a small skin safety sun lotion which I just take with me because it's small, fits in the pack really well. And that's pretty much it in terms of clothing and other bits and pieces, accessories that I'm taking. Fluid wise, we'll come on to what fluid in a minute, but I'll be taking 1.5 litres on long races. I do tend to. 2 soft flasks in the front, and this one will go in the back of the pack just in case I need it, and it's got a lockable lid, so that's why I'm using this particular bottle. It's just an old Kalenji one from Decathlon, but the lid locks, which is great, so the other ones I've got don't, so I can put it in the pack and I know it's not going to leak, which is good. Okay, just before we get onto nutrition, I will be carrying poles, so I've got my Lecky poles here. These are great, very light. I adapted my Montane race vest because the Montane race vest doesn't actually hold a quiver normally. I adapted it, I bought a quiver attachment, and I'm using my old Everdict quiver on that, so that will work well, which is good. I've tested that, that's all good. So yeah, on to nutrition. Loads of it. So let's start with hydration first. So hydration wise, I'm going to be using Tailwind. So this is the lemon flavour. I like this one, it's quite a subtle flavour, easy to take. So I'll be using that in one bottle. In the other bottle, I'll be using High Five. This is the caffeine hit one, berry flavour. I like this, tends to go well with me, gives me a good amount of electrolytes. So I'll be using those to hydrate me with on the way round, 1 in each bottle. And then the food, there's a whole host of food here, it's great. So from Precision Fuel and Hydration, I'll be using their chews. I get on really, really well with these. This is the mint and lemon flavour, so I'm going to be using that. From Kendall, I'm going to be using the Kendall mint cakes. These are great, really good when you're sick of using gels and things like that. They just break it up, so occasionally I'm going to pop one of these in as a change because it's nice and minty. Really just resets your palate a little bit, which is great. And then I will be using Torque bars. I've got several flavours of these. These are good, lots of energy in these, so I'll be taking these around as well. And then finally I will be using Torque gels as well. So I've got a mixture of flavours here. This one's apple crumble flavour, but we've got some, what else have we got here? We've got banoffee. I think I've got lemon meringue in here. I've got raspberry ripple. I've got a couple of coffee ones as well, which latte I think they are, which gives me lots of caffeine as well, which is great. So that's my big bag of nutrition. Now the plan is I've got enough there to, I think, run for 13 hours, maybe 14 hours. Hopefully I don't need all of that, and I won't be running that long. But you never know. So I've got enough there to see me through. It's going to be pretty heavy to carry that, so I'm going to be tucking into it pretty quickly. The aim is to take 2 of those energy products per hour, so I'm going to be eating every 30 minutes. And then obviously at aid stations as well. So I'm hoping that will sustain my energy to get up and down those hills. Yeah, we'll see. But so that's the plan for the race. We are heading up to Coniston on Friday, Friday coming, for registration. Going to be staying in Alverton, just about 10 miles, 12 miles out from Coniston, just because it's difficult to get hotels. So that's the one we managed to pick up. And yeah, that's kind of it. So really looking forward to the race. I hope that kit check was useful. Hopefully if you're going to do that race as well, hopefully you're preparing well, and triple checking, double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking all your kit and all your nutrition. I hope you've got your nutrition dialed. Yeah, and I hope that it's all gearing up and falling into place for you, ready for next weekend. So if you are running the Lakeland 50 or 100 next weekend, let me know in the comments below. It'd be really good to see you in Coniston or at Ullswater before we start. Come and say hello. I'm sure we'll be grabbing coffee at some point, so yeah, do come and say hello. It'd be good to have a chat. But yeah, otherwise I will see you there basically. It's going to be a good race. Going to be a hard race, but I'm really looking forward to it. So I will see you on the start lane. Train hard, race hard, have fun. Till next time, I will see you soon.